All right, what is up, guys? It is Exodus back with you for another video today. Today we are doing an air dribble tutorial. It's going to be a little bit of a beginner's guide. Nothing too crazy advanced. Just like a very basic and then a little bit more advanced. So let's get right into it. All of the packs that I use in today's training are going to be down in the description if you want to check those out. But the first one we're going to start with is like a beginner version. Air Dribbles Wall and Ground. I'll put the code, like I said, down in the description. So you're going to be greeted into this pack by a ball floating ominously in the air. The first thing that we're going to want to talk about is how we're going to start, right? So when the ball drops, it's going to bounce off the ground, and immediately as it bounces off the ground, you want to double jump underneath it to lift it, but to also go up with the ball. So we're just going to start by going to the ball and double jump pop in it, just like that. Another thing, we want to have ball cam off for air dribbles like this, because if you get in front of the ball with your ball cam on, it's going to look backward technically, and you don't want to do that. So again, we're just going to double jump pop it. And once you get a pretty good pop consistency there, you get the timing down. Now you want to start practicing boosting at the same time, because that's not super easy to do if you're not used to pressing two buttons at once with the same finger. I mean, I guess your controls could be different, but and then from there we're going to start tilting back into the ball and trying to carry it. All right, and once we start carrying it, we're going to want to boost just enough to keep the ball under control, but not so much that we're pushing the ball away from us, like this. Okay, let me do it very wrong. I guess that's too much in before hitting the ball, but as you push the ball away from you, like if you keep boosting, you're going to push the ball further and further away from you instead of matching your speed with the ball, which is really the goal. So just before you make contact with the ball, you want to let off your boost a little bit and let the ball slow your car down and let your car speed the ball up just a little bit so that their speeds match and you have more control over the ball. And once you get confident, you can carry it all the way to the goal here. We're going to move on to the second shot. This is the very same shot. It's just moved back behind midfield. So now we want to try to do the exact same thing. I'm not used to the ball dropping this slow. All right, there we go. So we're just trying to find that perfect spot on the ball where we're lifting it and pushing it forward at the same time. Unfortunate pinch. And I'm teaching it this way because I learned how to ground air dribble before I could wall air dribble, and I think it helped me a lot when I was learning wall air dribbles, because to be quite frank, these are harder. You're fighting a lot more gravity. So if you can do this, you can wall air dribble. And then moving on to wall air dribbles, the first thing we're going to want to mention is the fact that you want to match the ball speed as it's going toward the wall, which makes it easier for you and the ball to be going the same speed once you get to the air. Keep in mind again that as the ball rolls up the wall, it's going to start fighting gravity immediately. So you want to be going just a hair slower than it's rolling on the ground. And then we want to start into popping it and staying close to it. We're not going to use any boost yet. So what you want to do, okay, we're going to use boost on the ground, but not in the air. What you want to do is pop it so that it's going toward the goal. I kind of swing through it just a little bit. You don't want to swing around it too far, because then you're just going to hit it like way too forward. But if you swing around it just a little bit like that, and just a fraction of a second after you hit it, you want to jump off and then start air rolling. All right, and as I pop it off the wall, pay attention. I'm air rolling left here, and on the other wall, I'm going to air roll right. One of the big mistakes that we get is people will hit it more with the corner of their car and kind of have to come back to it like this. But you want to try to get it with the very nose of your car. And if you can't get it to stay this close, don't feel bad. It took me a very long time to get to where I am with air dribbles. And again, you know, once you start to get really close, now we're going to try to carry it. And we have the exact same shot on the other side, and you're going to air roll the other direction. For wall air dribbles, it depends on the shot, but sometimes I leave ball cam on and sometimes I take ball cam off. It depends on the situation. So here in the replay, you can see that I kind of hit the ball too far away from me. But you can see I boost toward it a lot, and then I stop before I hit it, and then just a little bit as I hit it, and that allows me to bring my speed and the ball speed very close together. And once you start to get comfortable with these shots and you're getting them in, or pinching them off the crossbar like that, we're going to move on to the further away versions of the shots. These is going to be a lot more difficult to get the ball going toward the goal and get height on it, because you have to try to hit it so forward. And also, you see I boosted way too much there and I got over the ball. Right, there we go. That's a better example. Don't worry about all the air rolling and stuff that I'm doing. That's just, it makes me comfortable. But you just want to air roll to get under it, and as time goes, you'll get used to air rolling around to steer it a little bit. But again, don't focus on all of the twirling that I'm doing. Then we've got the same shot mirrored again. And in most situations, you're only going to want to use a single jump off the wall, unless the ball is very far away. Or I kind of like to, once I have it under control, I get it under control faster. You can use it to get a little bit of a different angle, like I did there. See, if I pop it and then I jump again, now I've got a different angle on the ball. Or if I pop it, roll and jump, now I'm higher up. So if say I'm too low on the ball, I use my second one. See there, I pushed myself too far away. I would use my second one to get a better angle. Because especially with being this far away, you really want to get that sweet spot on the ball to keep lifting it. That was atrocious. That was equally bad. All right, and moving on from there, we have corner air dribbles. I couldn't do these even after several hundred hours of practicing air dribbling, so apparently I still can't. I'm a lot better off the other corner. This corner is awkward for me. All right, let's just skip to the part where I prove that I can do the other corner. All right, and that was the first try. I don't know why I'm so much better from this corner, but air dribbles from the corner are like, you don't really do them. At least I don't really do them. All right, let's move on to the next pack. All right, guys, this is a little bit of a more popular one. It's a slight bit more advanced. The angles are a little bit more difficult. The ball is a little bit faster, and it just requires that you have a little more experience. But if you do have a little more experience and you're just looking for tips and tricks and stuff, then this will be the one for you. I prefer this one, obviously, because it's a little bit faster, a little bit more realistic. First shot is going to be, again, just a dropping ball, except this time it's not dropping from nearly as far, so fighting gravity is going to be much more up to you and less so up to the bounce of the ball. Just like that, right? But one of the big reasons that I like this pack is the variety in the wall air dribbles that you can get, because it gives you a lot of different angles. Okay, this is no, we're starting over. So see, I'm hitting it pretty far away, and how I'm balancing my speed with the ball. I could just not hit it so far away. That'd be good, right? More like that. This is a very difficult, like, over exactly where you are setup. But it's very good for getting the ball up very high and getting a good start. Oh, and now this is a ball that's kind of bouncing towards you. This is what I find the most in games for ground air dribble attempts. So you just pop it off just like you do the stationary one, but it's going to be a little bit different on the timing. And you've got the same shot on the other side here. Okay, but you get the point. And for ground air dribbles, like I've said a couple times, ball came off pretty much all the time. Wall air dribbles is preference. One thing that might help you a lot, depending on how your takeoff is going, is boosting while you jump off the wall, like I do there. See, when I do that, like, I'm very close to the ball now. Even if I just boost for my adjustment as I come off the wall. Okay, that one was a bad example. I'm very close, like I'm hitting it, right? So if you boost a little bit as you jump off the wall, you'll actually lift the ball up like that. You can get more of like a downward air dribble there. Similar shot from the other side. Difficult because it's so far down on the wall. So you kind of got to take a lot of speed into the ball. All right, we're just going to skip the corner air dribbles there because you don't really need those for basic. And then this is another type of air dribble you're more likely to get in a game, but this will be like further down the road when you're a little bit more experienced as an air dribbler. This is just going to come up off the ground and you're going to jump, and then as you're about to hit the ball, you're going to jump again, and it's just going to pop it up further like that. See how I get all that height on the ball? And you can control that by how far under the ball you let yourself get as you do it. And then from there, it's just the same as all other air dribbles. And finally, my biggest recommendation for those of you who are trying to learn how to air dribble is to come into the sacred place known only as replay. Because in here, you actually have to set it up yourself. So when you learn to set it up yourself, then you're gonna be more ready to start doing it in games. But only really do this once you've got the training packs down where the setup is already done. Right? If you want to practice ground air dribbles, a good thing to do is just kind of get it rolling a little bit. And then come around to the other side. Pop it. And then when it bounces, you just do the same thing you would have done in training. And then pull off a sick air dribble into double tap. Just like that. If you have an insane dedication to the game, you'll get there. I believe in you. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, we're gonna practice an air dribble off this. Or not. So again, just come in and start setting up air dribbles for yourself. You know, once you've got to a point where you can do the ones in the training pretty consistently. Because this is the biggest thing about starting to actually take what you've practiced into a game, right? You need to know how to actually put it in a place where you can start to air dribble it. And that's going to be the most difficult thing, or at least it was for me, is not only setting it up, but finding times where you can set it up where it's not super awkward, like driving all the way across the field like this, and where you can like kind of hide it into your game, if you know what I mean. All right, so I think I've pretty much gone over a good, you know, beginner's guide worth of stuff. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions for anything else that you want me to go over. Any other types of tutorials or tips and tricks videos that you might want to see. All right, guys, and please don't forget, we are doing a giveaway on the channel at 100 subs. It's going to be $50 of whatever system it is you play on. Steam, PS4, Xbox, whatever. It'll probably be like a Gleam giveaway or something. But we're going to do a giveaway at 100 subs. So if you are around and you haven't subbed, why not? You know, throw me a sub. Maybe you win $50. On top of that, I hope that you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel before you leave. Have a good one. Peace.